healthy.
Come, which they that believe on him should receive.
That they that do what?
That believe on him should receive.
So when you believe in the Lord, when you believe and you trust in the Lord and you're doing the laws, statutes, and commandments, you understand, you're going to receive the Spirit of the Lord, which is the mark of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So we can get the difference between the mark of the beast and the mark of the Lord. All right? 2 Corinthians 11:4, when you got to go ahead and read it.
Come. For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushua.
And you can receive these other spirits that have other quote-unquote saviors. You understand? And those spirits are the mark of the beast. You understand? And those spirits are the mark of the beast. You understand? And those spirits are the mark of the beast. See, the mark of the beast is in your hand, right? The mark of the Lord is in your hand too. Keep reading.
Come. And they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes.
It's also in your forehead as well. So,
right.
The mark of the beast can't be a chip, because the mark of the Lord and the mark of the beast is the same thing. Because the mark of the Lord and the mark of the beast is the same thing.
Them for a sign upon thine hand.
See, the mark of the beast is in your hand, right? The mark of the Lord is in your hand too. Can't be a computer. You understand? Because the mark of the Lord and the mark of the beast is the same thing. You understand? It's in your hand and it's in your forehead.
This is like my
right.
tire gets flat. I could get mad at that, but at the same time, there could be something worse than this. The tire could have just flew off.
Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of men.
Set a mark where?
Upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
You understand? So the mark of the Lord puts his mark on you when you are crying out. You understand? Because the mark of the Lord and the mark of the beast is the same thing. Because the mark of the Lord and the mark of the beast is the same thing. Because the mark of the Lord and the mark of the beast is the same thing.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha HaQuadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Also sincere shalom to the you other elders and brethren, and let me say shalom to the elect. I was looking at another video, and this actually popped up, so I looked at the title, and it's titled, and this is what caught my attention, ISUPK Houston Monday breakdown class of the mark of the beast versus the mark of the Lord. And I was like, okay, this is interesting to go look at this video. So I guess it's basically going into Ezekiel the 9th chapter on to Revelation the 13th chapter. So anybody haven't heard us go into these breakdowns, the mark in Ezekiel the 9th chapter is different than the mark in Revelation 13 and 16, right? Different than the mark in Ezekiel 9 and 4. As you might have someone whose name is Mark, right? Like in the book of Mark, okay? And Romans 16, where Apostle Paul says, mark them that cause division, contrary to the doctrine. We understand that's not a physical mark. It's talking about marking them that cause division, meaning scope them, scopeo. And then you have marks like when you get ready to run a race, on your mark, you get set, right? So you have totally different marks. This is what you call homographs. Homographic words, that words spell the same but have different in meaning. We always kind of go into that. I like to go into that a lot. Okay, so we'll read Ezekiel 9 and 4, where it says, go through the midst of Jerusalem. The Lord said, go through the midst of Jerusalem, the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark on the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all abomination that be done in the midst. Right? So when we go to this, we'll go to some different translations. When you go to the Catholic Public Domain translation, it says, and the Lord said unto him, cross through the middle of the city in the center of Jerusalem and seal upon the foreheads of the grieving men. So we can still see that you can always use the word seal as something physical, but we all know this is not a physical thing, just as we know mark is not a physical thing. So when we go into Revelation 13 and 60, we can quote these, and he calls it both both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, okay, in their right hand or in their forehead. So he said what they're saying is Christianity. If you accept Christianity, you have the mark of the beast. So, but the scripture says no man might buy or sell. So I guess what these guys are saying, that you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have Christianity in your forehead and in your hand. I don't understand that at all, right? This is about servitude. That's not going to work. So Christianity, you'll be able to buy and sell. So when you go in the store, they'll ask, are you a follower of Caesar? So if you're a follower of Caesar, you won't be able to, if you're not a follower of Caesar, you won't be able to buy or sell. This is just all crazy, man. I don't even want to, it's hard to even think about it. How these guys in their ideology and map this stuff together. If you have the spirit of Christianity, then you have the mark. And the scripture says no man might buy or sell or save unless he has the mark. So I guess you go to the store, you have to tell them you're a Christian, right? You have to believe in the philosophy and believe in Caesar, right? That's the image. Caesar Borgias. So they say. That's not the image, but that's what they say. So when we go on down, which this is a reincarnation of the Roman Empire, by the way. That's where you get into the image and the philosophies. But then you have the mark of it, okay? Which we know what that is, It says, so no man might buy or sell unless he have a mark, right? So I'm going to go through a few different translations. And let's see. Not that the King James translation isn't correct. It's just that you have to be able to decipher what the word means. Okay? I want to go here with the God's Words translations. There's several translations that kind of correct it. Make sure, bring out the right information as well. But we don't need all these translations to understand, because we were given the mysteries, right? Matthew 13:11. Anyway, God's Word translations, it says the second beast forces all people, important and unimportant people, rich and poor people, free people, slaves, to be branded on their right hand or on their foreheads, right? It says to be branded. Okay, so I believe there's another definition as well. The Hewis New Testament. And he calls of all small and great, rich and poor, freemen and slaves to receive a brand upon their right hand or upon their forehead. So they clearly, you can put the word mark there, because that's all what the mark is. I'll go into the older translations as well, the Bible of the 1300s, which I've done before. I mean, really, you can go into the Blue Letter and get the understand what that actually is saying anyway. So I looked up this word brand in the old, Merriam-Webster dictionary. It says a mark made by burning with a hot iron to attest manufacture or quality, or to designate ownership. So now you might see a scripture that says you should be sealed with a hot iron, basically branded in your forehead, sealed with a hot iron. It's just still that metaphor, always comparing something physical to something spiritual. Just as Yahushua did spiritual things, right? And under those spiritual things, for instance, when he healed the blind man and he put the dirt or clay over his eyes and he healed him, he was able to see. So now we see in this day and age, that was something physical. To this day and age, we were blinded and we pulled the so-called wool clay from over our eyes, and now we can see. So you got to be able to determine which one is the spiritual one and which one is the physical one. So clearly, one way to do that is by going into the definitions to get a quite understand it. Now, that word would be charagma in Revelation 13. So let's go to the Wycliffe Bible of 1382. It says, and he shall make all small, great, rich, and poor, freemen, bondmen, to have a character in their right, it says, writ hand, either in their foreheads, that no man may buy. Right? So this definition here says character. But here's the thing. You can go into the same definition of this Wycliffe Bible 1382. Okay? You can go into the same definition of the same Bible of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, in the 4th verse. And it says, and the Lord said unto him, pass by the midst of the city, in the midst of Jerusalem, and mark thou on their foreheads of men, willing and whining and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst. So why in the word character there? Because it's not talking about a character. It's a different mark. And this is the confusion with the English language. So anyway, I just wanted to do this video on these guys. You know, they're comparing one mark to the other mark, and they're two different marks. And really all the marks are the marks of the Lord anyway. It's the Lord's marks. So it's not one versus the other. It's one of the whole. All of it's the mark of the Lord. On the right hand side for the men, they're sighing and crying, and on the left hand side with the physical, the carnal part of it, to the ones who accept it. Right? So, hope this lesson was edifying. That's all I have on that. Shalom.